Treblinka I, known as a forced labor camp, and Treblinka II, known as a killing center, were located in the Warsaw district of the General Government. They were about a mile from each other, making it easy to transport Jews and non-Jewish Poles who the Germans felt violated labor policies, but were imprisoned separately from Jewish inmates. Originally meant to be a forced labor camp, Treblinka was expanding to Treblinka II as a killing center by Operation Reinhard, who planned to systematically murder Jewish people in the General Government.
Treblinka was originally established as a forced labor camp during November of 1941, which this building and camp became known as Treblinka I. In July of 1942, Operation Reinhardt completed a construction of the killing center, which would be known as Treblinka II. The killing centers were meant to be for extermination of those who arrived, so many from the labor camps ended up at the killing center. In October 1943, a revolt by Jewish slave workers led to a few guards being killed, and almost 200 of the prisoners escaped, even after they tried to recapture them. Not long after, Treblinka fell, and an estimated of 950,000 Jewish people were killed here.
There were three parts to Treblinka: the reception area, living area, and extermination area. This area was surrounded by 8-foot-tall barbed wire fences and described as covered by evergreen branches to block views by Willie Mentz. It was 1,312 feet by 1,968 feet, or 34 soccer fields in total of land. The living area contained of barracks for the prisoners, housing for the guards, perpetrators, and staff. The reception area contained areas to import, deport, and execute prisoners. The extermination area contained gas chambers, cremation pyres, and barracks to keep the prisoners before they were murdered.
In 1942, there were many deportations through Treblinka. So from July through September, 265,000 people were deported from Warsaw to Treblinka. From August to November, 346,000 from Radom to Treblinka II. October through February, 110,000 from Białystok to Treblinka, and then 33.3 thousand from Lublin to Treblinka.
The Warsaw Uprising brought about 7,000 Jews from the ghetto to Treblinka. The first 7 weeks of the camp's opening, more than 250,000 Jews were transported into the killing center. The deportations to Treblinka continued until the spring of 1943, but there were still prisoners coming in to be executed. There were Jews coming from all over Europe, from Germany, Austria, France, and Slovakia.
As Treblinka II was put into the camp, mass murder was kind of inevitable. So when the camp first opened, there were 50 to 60 train cars full of Jews waiting, half of which were immediately brought to the killing center. They were told to undress and place all valuable items aside, which were later taken and shipped to Germany and sold. According to an SS officer, he spoke about the gas chambers in Treblinka. He said, "Altogether, 6 gas chambers were active. According to my estimate, about 300 people could enter a chamber. The people went in the chambers without resistance." And during the first few weeks when Treblinka II opened, about 250,000 Jews were gassed, which marked the single largest act of destruction by any population group of the war. And after Operation Reinhard, over 1,526,000 Jews were killed from March 1942 through November 1943.